Is having a dedicated cycling GPS computer worth it? Stay tuned for my review of the Polar V650. Polar is a company well known for their heart rate monitors and more recently their move into GPS watches. And the V650 marks their first foray into a GPS cycling specific computer. Size-wise, the V650 is similar to a small cell phone, but it's weather resistant, so you don't have to be afraid to use this in any kind of weather. As far as the interface goes, it's pretty straightforward on the Polar. You've got two buttons. You've got the button on the side here, which turns the unit on and off, and you've got the button on the bottom, which is to start and stop the timers, as well as to indicate a lap. Once you've powered the unit on, you get a very basic display here that tells you about your history, settings, bike, and profile, as well as a series of icons along the bottom. These icons on the bottom are the different sensors, so it'll detect whether you've got a GPS signal, heart rate, power meter, cadence sensor, or speed sensor. So once you've got it started up and you want to go for a ride, you can actually choose what kind of biking you're doing. So under profile, you've got mountain biking, indoor cycling, other, and road cycling. Mainly that's so that you can set up different screens of information while you're riding and choose what you want to display for information. Then once you're ready to go, pretty simple, you just press the big red button, start, and the ride gets underway and the timers have started and it'll start recording your distance and your route. Another thing worth noting is that this is a touch screen, so you can use this to access the screens and the different menus when you're on the ride without having to fumble with buttons. I found it's fairly responsive even when the screen is wet and works with gloves, so that's a really great feature. Built into the V650 is also a little safety light in the front which you can access from a swipe down menu. The light is not powerful enough to actually light your way, but it is good for letting motorists and other cyclists see you as you're coming towards them. As far as mounting this on your bike, you'll notice in the back it has this little what they call a quarter turn mount. So you've got a receiving mount on your bike that you put this into and then you twist to lock it onto your bike so that it won't rattle off. The best part of having a computer like this is that once you get home from that epic ride, you can actually transfer all the information to your computer easily using a USB cable that's included. Now, I've tried with a couple different computers and I've got to say the connection is somewhat finicky, it seems. I often get a thing telling me I have to retry the connection. I just click it and it starts syncing right away like it's doing now. Having it plugged in also allows the unit to recharge its internal batteries. I just finished 2 days of riding. I put on about 14 hours on the computer here. I've still got 48% battery life, so I'd say the 10-hour time estimate is conservative and you will definitely get more than 10 hours. When you sync your data, the first thing that pops up is this diary screen which shows you all of your activities over the past month, and then you can choose to explore specific rides. Once you've got your analysis open, you can look at a map of the route to see where you went on your rides. You can also analyze specific details like your heart rate zone, your average, the distances, the speed, the duration, and all that stuff. It's very easy to track it. As well, they have this unique feature called Relive Your Ride. The Relive Your Ride gives you things like showing you Google Earth pictures of the route. It actually shows you places like where you hit your top speed, where you had the highest elevation, where your heart rate was maxed out, and then gives you sort of a summary of the ride as well as a profile of the altitude. It's really fun just to go back and relive and show you people what kind of riding you did that day. While I've been really happy with the computer, there's a few things missing out of the box that I was a little disappointed in. But the good news is that they have some updates that are planned for the future that will make this even more usable. One of the main ones is integration with Strava, which is an application and a website that a lot of people use to track their training. So starting in October, all of your rides and things, once you sync them on your computer, will also sync automatically with Strava. Also, given the size of the screen, I was surprised there wasn't some sort of mapping capability. Well, in August, they plan to integrate with OpenStreetMaps, so you'll be able to download about a 40 by 45 kilometer tile, so a map, and be able to do navigation and track your route on real time on the screen. Nowadays, people have either GPS watches or smartphones that they'll use. However, with the watch, you might take your eyes off the road and lose control, and with the phone, you probably don't want it exposed to rain. But with this unit's big screen and the fact that it's water resistant, I think there is a place for a dedicated computer such as this on your handlebars. Well, that does it for my review of the Polar V650 cycling computer. For more information on this and all the products, head to polar.com.